Okay, so as we've already finished the metamorphosis and have begun to write our essays on it, yesterday we began talking about the thesis and constructing your first opening paragraph, and now we're moving on to our body paragraphs, which really contain the detail for our whole essay. And so there's really 4 parts to a good, well-written body paragraphs, and the first begins with the transition. For you visual learners, I've drawn little pictures so you guys could really see how it works. And so in transition acts like a bridge. It leads you from one place to another. And in this case of writing, it leads from one paragraph to the next. And so this creates flow, so it connects ideas between paragraphs so that they're not blocky, rather they flow into each other. And the use of your transitions could be based on chronological order, whether you're comparing, contrasting, etc. Lydia, would you tell me some transitions you would use in case we were comparing and contrasting?
We could use, if you're comparing, you can use similarly, and to compare.
Yeah, and do you know any words for contrast?
You can, for contrast, can I have a, please help me?
I'm actually not too sure. Would you mind telling us?
Okay, so if in case you were contrasting, you could actually use like in contrast to, I know, so and so that's how transitions work. And your topic sentences, this is the second part. It really states the main point of your paragraph, and it should go in the beginning. Yes, Lydia.
Why do we need to tell them what it's going to be about before they actually read it?
Okay, so if you guys ever, good question. If you guys have ever woken up in the middle of the night and needed to go to the bathroom, you guys know how hard it is to get to your bathroom. So think of the topic sentence as your line. It's your guide. So it gives the reader a sense of direction. So where they're going to. It indicates what information will follow, and it kind of basically summarizes the main point of that paragraph. Okay, so now we move on to textual evidence, and it's really what it comes down to is what's your support. So you're making a claim in your essays, your thesis, and your textual evidence should be where you're drawing that idea from. And so this includes quotes, references to a text, paraphrasing, and they can be little snippets of textual evidence. And when you use textual evidence, you want to introduce it. So when you look at the second paragraph, and Luis, would you tell me where I'm introducing, where the textual evidence is and where I'm introducing it?
The textual evidence is towards the end of the paragraph.
Yeah.
And you're introducing it right before you actually speak about it.
Okay,
right
so
before you put it in.
How am I indicating that it's textual evidence?
You're putting the quotation marks.
Yeah, so in that case, I'm taking a direct quote and using it as my evidence. And so you can think of your evidence as like a strong person just because it's supporting your claim. And so now we move on to the fourth part, the analysis. So now that you give your textual evidence, you want to tell the reader like how you want them to understand that evidence. So it's one thing to just give you the quote, and it's a whole different thing to like tell you how I'm interpreting it. As I said, different readers have different inferences, so you want to show how you're inferring that information. It is not the same as summary. So you're not restating the textual evidence again, so you're giving your idea on it. Chiki, would you tell me where I'm analyzing the quote in this sample?
You say after the third paragraph's topic sentence where it says her experience of being past everything, through everything, out of everything, expresses her state of being as no longer being a physical woman. Because you're kind of saying your interpretation of it.
Yeah, thank you. And do you see how I'm using snippets of the quote? Mm-hmm. So again, you could use that. You could use whole block quotes. You could paraphrase. Paraphrasing is basically taking something from the book and writing in your own words, or just small snippets to really get that point across. And so I've made a song for you guys. So okay. So it has a beat. Are you guys ready?
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Ready.
So I'm gonna say it, and you guys just repeat it after me in the same tone. We have the smarts.
We have the slice.
We know the parts.
We know the price.
Transitions number 1.
Transitions number 1.
Leads you in and it's done.
Leads you in and it's done.
Topic sentence number 2.
Topic sentence number 2.
It'll tell you our view.
It'll tell you our view.
Evidence is number 3.
Evidence is number 3.
It will always support me.
It will always support me.
Analysis is number 4.
Analysis is number 4.
Our thoughts you will explore.
Our thoughts you will explore.
Okay, good job everyone, and that's the end of this lesson.